Hey, what's up, everybody? Pat here, grateful recovering alcoholic and addict, just like every day. Guys, please subscribe, give the video a like, leave me a comment, and by all means, share it with somebody who might get something out of it. Other than that, guys, welcome to this video. How we all doing? Hope everybody had a good day. It's been a beautiful day, guys. I love my Fridays. Typically I run around button up some jobs. Today was half the day was running around picking up checks, which is always good. And then my AA home group, all right, and I love that, guys. It's so refreshing. And I say this because, guys, if you haven't found a group that you love and you're in recovery, keep trying. Try different meetings because you will find one you like. If you're in the Boston area, Monday through Friday, the Gratitude Group, Mass Ave, Cambridge, right by Harvard Square, the Harvard Epworth Church. Fantastic group, guys. They're very welcoming, very caring. It's a tight knit group. We welcome everybody in, and man, there's so much wisdom in that room. It blows my mind. I'm always so happy when I leave there. But with that being said, we're going to talk about the just for today and a meditation, guys. And today it was loneliness versus being alone. I'm going to read a little bit about it and then I'll talk about it like I always do. Sharing with others keeps us from feeling alone. There is a difference between being alone and being lonely. Being lonely is a state of the heart and an emptiness that makes us feel sad, even hopeless. Loneliness isn't always alleviated when we enter relationships or surround ourselves with others. We can be lonely in a room full of people, and a meeting is a great place to connect with like-minded individuals. And again, that's absolutely true. What is the cure for loneliness? The best cure is a relationship with your higher power. When you develop a relationship with your higher power, you find you're never alone. You always have God there with you, and you will start to feel better about yourself. As you start to feel better about yourself, you don't feel so lonely even when you are alone. That's the thing, guys, right? And then the affirmation is, today I will take comfort in my conscious contact with my higher power. And that's beautiful, guys, right? And I was somebody that, and particularly, I was, even when I was married, I was in a long time, all my relationships, really. It's one of the reasons I'm so looking forward to the next relationship I find myself in. Not that I'm rushing into one, but I have never been such an honest version of myself, and it's because I found my relationship with my higher power, and God showed me the good in me. So I started to look into the good in me and actually took the time to find out who I am, what matters to me, and in doing so, I figured out what I will accept and will not accept for treatment. And before, guys, I was a doormat, and because of that, I never found myself with anybody. See, I never chased anything that mattered to me. I just kind of went with whoever wanted to claim me, right? And I put up with whatever bullshit that came along with it, and that wasn't good. I was never fully invested. And don't get me wrong, I loved the people I was with in the past. My ex-wife is somebody I always loved dearly. She'll always be a good friend of mine. But I've never been in a healthy relationship, and I always felt extremely alone, even when I was with somebody. Sometimes more so when I was with somebody, because I was with people that never took the time to see me, and I never felt seen and never felt heard. And it's because I wasn't seen or heard by myself. I didn't know it mattered to me. So how could somebody else, right? So today, that is so much further from the truth because I've taken the time to heal, to learn, to figure out who I am, to develop a relationship with my higher power. And that has given me so many blessings, guys. It's given me a sense of self-worth. It's given me a zest for life. It's given me a desire to be part of. It's given me a desire to figure out what matters to me and then chase what matters to me, to put myself first, to make me the main character in my own life. And that's huge, guys, right? So now I'm this healed, healthy, balanced version of myself out here being the best version of me I possibly can, challenging myself to be a better person every day, to step higher, to live intentionally, to pay attention, and to live intentionally, right? So I'm living the best life I ever have. And again, I've cut out so many negative relationships because I realized that because I gave myself no value, I allowed others to take advantage of me. And I was surrounded by people that just were doing exactly that, just taking advantage of me, right? And I've cut all those people out of my life. Now I've made room for all these new, beautiful, positive relationships that are coming in, these beautiful new friendships I have, and work relationships, and support groups, and friends I'm meeting there. And it's beautiful, right? There are people that fill me up, and I'm there to help them as well. Today at my AA group, there was a couple of people that are having a hard time, and it felt so good to genuinely care. And it has to be like, oh, you'll be okay, you know what I mean? And, no, today I actually sat and listened and, and understood where they were coming from and knew where they were coming from, because I've been there and I felt that way. So I took the time to give genuine concern, genuine advice, and thought about what I was going to say before I said it, and then just offered, listen, if you need, if you have a chance, you can get out and you need a hand, by all means, call me, go get a coffee, just, get away from something for a minute, something like, because I honestly care, and that's the thing, I'm surrounded by people, and these are people from every walk of life, people that I would never think outside of AA, I would never thought I'd end up stopping and talking to half these people ever, and then come to find out, they're great, great people. It's funny, one of the kids that I'm getting to become, good friends with in there is a kid, I won't use his name because we have anonymity, but somebody I used to bump into at the gym all the time, and I saw him from the meetings, but he's a lot younger, comes from a very different background than me, and I thought he was looking down on me, like, I just thought he didn't want, like, he wouldn't acknowledge me at the gym, and no, it's completely the opposite. He thought, he felt isolated himself, didn't know what to say, felt awkward. And then eventually he reached out, and now, now we're taking the time to get to know each other, and he's a hell of a good kid, and I'm looking forward to working out with him and becoming good friends with the kid. We're starting to talk a lot more, and just, one where I was starting to build a resentment, because I'm like, oh, this kid thinks he's better than I am, and no, nothing could be further than the truth. It's just because, it's that awkward, breaking the ice phase, and just goes to show this so oftentimes that we are looking at things in such a negative manner because we're only looking at the behavior as is sent towards us, not considering the other person's perspective. And I was so glad he actually reached out to me one day, and he's like, Jesus, you look like you work out a lot. I'm like, I see you at the gym all the time. He's like, oh, that is you. And I knew it was his way of trying to break the ice because he felt really awkward and didn't know what to say, but he wanted to approach me. And he actually, complimented my physique because I've been putting on a lot of weight. And he's, I've been listening to him and talking to him more and more. He's a great kid. It's just one more way that once I remove my own insecurities from the equation and listen to what my higher power is telling me, I'm opening up new doors and having new friendships, and there's so much I could possibly learn from him, or maybe he can learn from me, who knows, we'll see. But it's just this beautiful situation where, again, when you develop a relationship with your higher power, it helps you with your loneliness, because God knows better for you what you want and what you need, and what, who you really are, than even you do. We all, as humans, we all have, fears and insecurities and predetermined, we put predetermined outcomes on situations before they happen, and 90% of the time we're wrong. I know that's the case for me, and I love that today, right? Because here I am, and that's the thing, guys, I've actually taken, this has all happened because I've taken the time to be vulnerable and step out and speak my truth at the meeting. And I have no idea what these people think. You never know what somebody somebody might look at me and expect something 180 degrees different to come out of my mouth than what actually does. And what comes out of my mouth is my real personality, my real truth, and that draws people in. As opposed to years I was putting up, because of my insecurities, my fears, and my deficiencies, I was putting up walls and trying to look mean and trying to look, like, just leave me alone. I got my shit together and I'm busy. And all I was doing was closing myself off. And today I don't have to do that because I don't have that fear. I don't have that anxiety. I don't have anything shame. I don't have anything to hide. I'm proud of what I've done. I'm proud of what I'm doing. And I'm proud of who I'm becoming. And that alleviates all that fear. And I'm happy to share because as in doing so, I know I'm healing. I know I'm becoming a better person. And I'm learning so much along the way that I know I now have information that can help somebody else. And I'm willing and looking forward to sharing that and helping somebody else, and I get joy from that. And it's just making my life blessed in so many ways. Guys, it's Friday. We're going to leave it a light. We'll leave it at that. That's the message of today. Guys, thank you so much for being here. Always remember, God loves you. I love you. Thank you so much. We'll see you in the next one.